Hey, hello guys, this is Google here. So today I would like to talk about one of the projects that I have created. The project name is Anime Codes app. So let me show you that. So this is my project, Anime Codes. So technically what I have did is I love the anime, so I have kind of like built the Anime Codes application from the anime that I like. So this is one of the quote from this guy. It's a man's duty to forgive women's lies by Winsmoke Sanji, and there are a couple of it. Sometimes questions are more important than answers, and many more. There are different quotes, and if I refresh this, so this is kind of like background change, and I have hosted this on the Google server. So this is my Google server IP address, and as we can see, so this is the version 3.0. So let's get started. Like how I have implemented it. Okay, so for that, I have written this basic HTML CSS code, and I'm using the Express server. And just to simulate the API call, I have simply written the array over here, and this is the basic configuration for the front end and for the back end. So now I have Dockerized this application with my Docker file. So uh, technically, I'm using the Node Alpine version node with the Alpine version, and I have created like working directory. I'm copying the JSON, all the package files, these two package files. Then I'm installing it, and after that I'm copying the rest of the files, and I'm exposing the port 3000, and I'm running the script npm start. So this script I have written over here, npm start, and also while copying the content, I am only copying the required files, not everything. So yeah, that's that. And after that, I have used the CI/CD pipeline of the Google. So Google CI/CD pipeline. So for that, I have built this. I have written this cloud build.yaml file where I have some steps. So steps are like I'm using the Docker. I'm using the cloud builder Docker of the Google. So it takes arguments. So these are the arguments like build the image with the tag from this current location, and this is the image name, kind of like project ID, then my repo name, and then my image name. And after building the image, I'm pushing the image to the container registry that Google has provided. So for that, this cloud builder required Docker does the same thing like from the above. Just I am here building here, and then I'm pushing it to my appropriate repo. So this is the second step, pushing the image to the container registry, image registry. And after that, I'm using the GK deploy that Google Cloud Builders has provided us. So with the help of which we can deploy our application to the Kubernetes cluster that I have created in the Google Cloud Platform. So for that, it requires certain arguments. So arguments are like this: run and then file name. So deployment.yaml that I have created over here. This is my image source from where we are supposed to take the image, and this is the cluster that I have created, and I am using the custom namespace because I don't want to run my kind of like production grade application in the default environment. So just to simulate that, I have created the different namespace, and this is the location. Okay, so now deployment file. So this is my deployment file, where this is the name of my deployment file, and I'm using one replica. Similarly, these are the basic configuration, match labels, and metadata for the template. And this is the container. This is the kind of like image container creation location where I am writing my container name as this. This is my image, and I'm opening the port 3000. And this is the service because I want to publicly access my application. As a result of which, I am using the load balancer type for the service in this custom namespace, and this is the name of my service. And I'm using kind of like HTTP connection, so it will get forwarded to the port 3000 that I have opened for this particular application. So this is the port. I'm opening the port over here. This is the port. Okay. So this is the basic setup. Now let's go to the cloud, Google Cloud. This is the repo, and let's see. So these are my build history that I have built so far. This is the image. Now I'm using the latest image. This is my Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go live demo. So as we have seen that build version was uh, 3.0. So now let's make it to 4 so that it will simulate like I have made the changes to the code, and now I want to test my deployment from the CI/CD pipeline and then to the cluster, Kubernetes cluster. So kind of like I'm going to simulate that by means of writing this line. Build version is 4.0, so it is updated. So let's get started. So this is the build version 3.0, and now I have changed it to 4.0. Let's see the changes. Okay, so it is showing progress check. Let's go to build history, and we have the pipeline triggered. Okay, so this is the build summary. So it got ran successfully because the application is quite small. So yeah, every step got executed very fast. These are the results. We have the deployment and the service on this particular location. So it was 2 minutes ago. Let's get the value of latest image. Okay, this is just now. This is the image 33A72. Okay, let's go. This is my cluster. So let's go to the cluster. But before that, it is showing 3.0. Now, if I refresh this, it will show the 4.0. It means my after updating the code, my pipeline ran successfully, and after running the pipeline successfully, it has installed my container in the Kubernetes cluster, and this is my new version of the application. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now let's get back to our cluster. So this is my cluster. This is the zonal cluster in this particular zone. Okay, so now coming back to workloads. Status is okay. This is my namespace, GK GCP custom namespace, and this is my cluster. So if I open this up, okay, so we can see some details over here. This is the one replica, cluster name, namespace. This is the ninth revision, and status is running, and this is the service, like endpoint. If I click over here, so it will open open my app, and this is the type load balancer. So it has created load balancer for us. And if we check the service, so this is the type load balancer. This is the external endpoint that we have seen, and it is running successfully. So this is my latest run. This is the latest image. This is the latest configuration for my pod, and this is running. Yeah, so this was the total workflow of my project, creation, like creation of the application, then building the pipeline in order to build the image, custom image, and then pushing it to the custom registry, and then building that image in a particular Kubernetes cluster. And after that, with the proper service, in order to expose it to the public, I have used the load balancer, as a result of which we can now publicly access it. Yes, so everything is working. Yes, that's it.